She stood in the rain, one arm clutching a trembling little boy, the other gripping a worn-out duffel bag. Her prosthetic leg gleamed faintly beneath her soaked jeans. He almost drove past her that night, but something in his gut told him to stop. That single decision would change both their lives forever. Jake Turner was a single dad raising his 10-year-old daughter, Lily, in a small town in Oregon. A former construction worker and part-time mechanic, he worked 2 jobs just to keep a roof over their heads after losing his wife in a car accident. Life wasn't easy, but he had learned to smile through the struggle. His motto was simple: when life knocks you down, get up for someone who still needs you. That night, as rain lashed across the road, he noticed a young woman by the bus stop. She looked pale, exhausted, and out of place, holding a child who couldn't have been older than 6. Without a second thought, Jake pulled over. "Hey, you need a ride somewhere?" he asked through the rain. The woman hesitated. I don't want to bother you, sir. We just need somewhere warm." "Hop in," Jake insisted. "No one should be out here like this." Her name was Sarah Miller, a former Army medic who'd lost her leg in combat. Her son, Ethan, was quiet, hiding behind her shoulder. Jake noticed the way she spoke, respectful, calm, but with a shadow in her eyes. That night, when she admitted she had nowhere to go, Jake did something most wouldn't. He offered her his guest room. Lily was thrilled to have guests. She took Ethan by the hand and showed him her old toys, while Sarah stood awkwardly in the doorway. "I'll pay rent," she promised. "Soon as I find work." Jake just smiled. "Don't worry about that now. Focus on healing. We'll figure it out together." Over the next few weeks, their small home slowly filled with laughter again. Sarah helped cook dinner, fixed up Lily's torn clothes, and even taught the kids how to read maps and basic first aid. Jake would often find her staring out the window late at night, lost in thought. He didn't pry. Everyone carried scars, he thought. Some just weren't visible. Then one afternoon, Jake's truck broke down just as he was heading to his second job. He cursed under his breath, worried about losing a full day's pay. Sarah saw him struggling and limped over. "I used to fix Humvees in the field," she said softly. "Mind if I take a look?" He blinked in surprise as she slid under the hood with practiced ease. Within minutes, the truck was roaring back to life. Jake couldn't stop grinning. "You're full of surprises, Sarah." She just shrugged. "Army life teaches you to adapt." Weeks turned into months. Sarah found a part-time job at the local clinic while Ethan and Lily became inseparable. Slowly, a bond grew between Jake and Sarah, not romantic at first, but something deeper. 2 broken souls holding each other up without even realizing it. Then one evening, a black SUV pulled up outside the house. A sharply dressed man stepped out, holding a folder. "Excuse me," he asked, "does a Sarah Miller live here?" Jake's heart skipped. Sarah froze as the man handed her a stack of papers. "Miss Miller," he said carefully, "we've been searching for you for years. You're the sole surviving heir to the Wainwright estate." Jake was speechless. The Wainwright name was legendary in Oregon, owners of vast farmland, hospitals, and a charitable foundation. Sarah looked pale, shaking her head. "There must be some mistake," she whispered. "I don't have any family." But it was no mistake. Her father, a wealthy philanthropist, had died thinking she was gone forever after a military transport explosion. Sarah had survived but never reached out, too ashamed, too broken, believing no one cared. Jake's heart sank. He realized she wasn't just the woman he'd helped, she was a millionaire's lost daughter. The next few days were a blur of reporters, lawyers, and chaos. Jake tried to stay out of it, but deep down, he feared losing the quiet little family they'd built. Sarah could leave any day, move into a mansion, live the life she deserved. When she came to him one evening, he didn't know what to say. "Guess this is goodbye, huh?" he said with a sad smile. But Sarah shook her head. "You gave me something money never could, a home, a reason to believe again." Her eyes glistened with tears. "I'm not leaving, Jake. I'm just getting started." Months later, she used part of her inheritance to rebuild the local veterans center and open a small auto repair shop, with Jake as co-owner. Together, they hired struggling veterans and single parents, offering them jobs and second chances. Lily and Ethan ran through the yard laughing, as Jake and Sarah stood watching, no longer broken strangers, but a family built from kindness and courage. And when the local news interviewed Sarah about her sudden rise from a struggling soldier to a millionaire heir, she said just one thing. Heroes don't always wear uniforms. Sometimes, they're single dads who stop on rainy nights. So if you're watching this right now, remember, kindness has power. One act of compassion can rewrite someone's entire story.